being made. Why must I chase the cat?
We're live. Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. Joining me this evening is Kayte Zowine and Kristy Morrell from Project Precious Rescue, and they have along with them Meatball, who is just a precious baby. Oh, look at you. He is fabulous. So, yep, we're here tonight, and I'm going to say it's just really, really cold outside, and I'll say this once, and I mean it. It's too cold for people. It's definitely too cold for your animals, so keep them inside, and if you know someone who's not bringing their pets inside, if you can't talk to them, report them, because it's not cute out there. It is cold.
Yes.
Anyway, Meatball, you're inside. You're large and in charge, my boy. He's too cute.
Oh. He's a little bit doofy.
Well, you know, that's most dogs are, and I hate to say it because you know I love them. Pit bulls, they're about as goofy as they come. So,
That's true.
You know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's start with a little history. How did you ladies meet? And how did Project Precious Rescue with your wonderful, I love your sweatshirts. I love
Thank you.
their sweatshirts. How did you guys come about?
Want to take it?
Sure.
But I'm bummed.
We'll share it, but she can start.
We met through a rescue that we both used to work with, and ultimately decided that we wanted to kind of branch out and do our own thing, and started our own rescue, taking dogs and cats, puppies and kittens, and kind of keeping it on a smaller scale so we can control things.
Yeah, that's a great idea, you know. I mean, a lot of times you start somewhere.
Yep.
And you learn some things and you get a feel for what you want to do and you don't want to do, and you know what works
Right.
and what doesn't work.
And we definitely learned a lot from that rescue, and we continue to like share their posts and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. It's amicable.
Yes, of course.
Always.
We think that it's really important that rescues work with other rescues in a professional and courteous way.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I've touched on the fact that, you know, it's about the animals, it's not about the people.
Absolutely.
It's not about the glory and the pats on the back, you know.
Nope.
It's the animals, and
Yeah.
oh my God,
Right,
I love
Meatball?
him. I just love him.
He loves you too.
He's fabulous. So,
Meatball, you have to look at the camera, though.
oh, well, you know, I think that he probably will.
He will. He's excited.
Yeah, and besides, you know, he's you know, on the laps of two lovely ladies. I mean, come on, he's no dummy. He's like, hey, I'm getting all this love. I'm going to soak it up. I mean, he's got his butt plopped squarely on your leg.
This is
As usual.
Yes, he is my foster dog. He pretty much lives with his butt on my leg.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing how they will do that. And at least he has the courtesy to have his tail tucked under. 'Cause,
Thank you, Meatball.
yeah, let me tell you, Mojo doesn't do that. Mojo's a bit of a slob.
Oh, no.
He's not a gentleman.
Oh.
Anyway, so tell us about Meatball.
Meatball we took from the Waterbury shelter. We actually went there to pick up a small dog named Pierre. What was Pierre's name at the shelter?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Bucky.
Okay.
Yes.
He was a little
Cute
black, funky,
poodle
fluffy thing.
And we were introduced to this guy, and
There was no way we were leaving him there.
He was not
No
coming home
way.
with us. So within the first probably 2 days of having him, we got a couple of messages from interested adopters. He's great. I have dogs and cats at home. He loves everyone. So we were really excited. We thought that he would be really quick, especially for a pit bull. That's not typical. And then we got his blood work back, and we found out that he's heartworm positive.
Oh.
So
Which is very unusual for around here.
It is. It's
Yeah.
not
So we
I
were
mean,
surprised.
Yeah, usually that's something like when you're bringing a dog up from down south.
Yeah,
Which
we were
he
very
may have been,
surprised.
someone may have gotten him from the south, or I mean, even up here, the heartworm prevention is really important. All
Yeah.
it takes is one thaw for the mosquitoes to be
Yeah.
out and biting.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
You want to get down?
It's, oh, do you want my notes?
He thinks you have a cookie.
It's not a cookie, honey.
You want Theo to give you a cookie?
Oh, I would love to give you a cookie. Come here.
I don't have him. Look at Theo.
Hey, you want that? Oh, so gentle. It's my
He
thumbnail, though. Not
Oh,
much
he
of
likes
one.
to suck on thumbs.
Does he?
Bless
Bless
you.
I
you.
knew that was gonna
Yep. He likes to suck on thumbs. He's
Hi. I know.
like a
thank you.
baby.
I love you. Thank you.
So, anyway, so he's undergoing heartworm treatment. I
Yes.
just have to ask, did you bring him to your wedding? This young lady is the blushing bride. This is hardly a honeymoon visit here.
I wish if we could have had dogs at the wedding, it would have been a full house.
Oh, I can imagine.
That's for sure. We wanted to make him the ring bearer,
Yes.
but the restaurant probably wouldn't have appreciated
they were
a
not
dog.
interested in dog hair.
Oh, well,
We wish, but
that's not fair. He would have looked handsome in those little tux things.
yes, he
you
would
know?
have.
Yes. I love you.
So what stage is his heartworm and how's his treatment going?
He is between stage 2 and stage 3 out of 4 stages. So his
Wow.
heart is
Pretty
enlarged.
advanced.
Yeah.
Yes. His lungs are having some
love
issues, which
you.
is why he pants so easily. But he's been doing very, very well. He had his first injection on the 4th.
So almost a month, yeah.
Yes, and he'll go back on February 4th to get his second and then his third injection.
So now the deal with heartworm treatment is basically you have to keep them calm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, very little excitement.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise, he'll
periods
start
tonight.
coughing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
he gets
it
out of
puts
breath.
a strain, of course, on,
Yeah, on his
the heart.
He can do, he wants to play with my dogs and stuff, and he can have a little bit, but we're not allowed to go for long walks. He has to be
Right.
walked only on his leash. And if he starts hacking or anything, he's got to go in his crate for a little bit.
Oh, a little time out for Meatball.
Which he hates because he's so social.
know.
He wants to be.
Oh
having
yeah, I'll tell you. When
adventures.
I walked in the door, he was just like, "Hey."
To everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just how he is.
He's just. I love him.
He's a good boy.
Oh man, would that I could have 5.
Right.
So he'll be available then once he's
We're
through with
thinking-
his treatment.
Yeah,
and
he'll have to go for his recheck to be completely cleared.
He also has to be neutered.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't neuter him right now because it's just not good for his heart.
right.
Yeah, we
So-
can't anesthetize him right now.
Right. Yeah, that's something that people are maybe not familiar with. If there's any kind of compromise on the
Yeah.
heart, whether it's a murmur or heartworm, the anesthesia will just absolutely kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least there's a very high possibility of it.
Yes, and we don't want that.
No. So
No.
he's happy and comfy at my house as my foster baby.
Oh.
Probably like 6 months by the end of this.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
a
that's
process,
a
yeah.
longer term foster than you
Yeah.
bargained for.
Yeah, well, he's a perfect dog. So by the time it's time for him to go, it's going to be tough.
Hard to let him go.
Oh yeah, you're not
We're
gonna want
both.
I want to keep him already, but
He's just too adoptable.
He's too
He's gonna make somebody
adoptable.
really happy.
Oh,
he's
I can
perfect.
imagine. Oh, you're
Huh.
wonderful. So how old is Meatball?
He's about 3. Well,
Are you gonna get down?
about 3 years old. It was
Thinking
hard
about
to tell because he was pretty skinny when we got him. He's still like his spine shows. Part of it's also the heartworm just kicking his butt.
Sure. I love
But we think he's about 3 years old.
Oh yes, I love.
And he also, they're not as apparent now, but when we first took him, he's got a lot of bite punctures on his head. So
Oh, yeah, I can see in the light,
Yeah.
just the way he moved his head in the light, he's
Yeah.
got little scars.
Yep.
Oh, you do like to chew thumbs, don't
Yes,
you?
he does.
He
It's,
sucks
that's-
thumbs.
it's quite an interesting little, quirk.
It's
that
not much
Mr.
of a
Meatball.
thumbnail, honey, but if you want to chew on it, you might taste nail polish. Oh yeah, you're scraping it because
Yep.
it's not entirely set. That's probably not good for you,
Oh,
sweetheart.
Meatball.
Oh,
Oh, I love him. I mean, how you wonder how they end up in a pound.
He's trying so hard to give you his paw.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
did you
working
wanna-
at it.
Did you want to
There
give me
you
your
go.
paw? No, you just want to chew on my thumb.
You
and
can't
lick
have
my
that.
fingers. I love him. Anyway, while I'm
here,
having this
sit.
love affair, we do have some pictures of some other dogs that you have available for
Yes.
adoption. Zach, if we can, perfect timing. If we can pull up the pictures, we'll start with Grandpa. Oh, I hear you getting excited. All right, we're working on it. We're getting them there. All right, here's Grandpa. the poor little cone of shame.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have to wear that anymore.
Thank goodness.
Now, what is Grandpa's story? You told me when we spoke earlier that he was from Bridgeport.
Yes.
And he's actually a dog that I showed
Yes,
one
he
night
was on
when I
your
was
show.
when I was showing. So it's a small world and everything
Yeah.
comes full circle. What's Grandpa's story?
Grandpa was found in an apartment. His owner had passed away, and unfortunately, Grandpa was left alone in the apartment for up to a week. We're not sure exactly how long.
Oh,
Eventually, his neighbors heard and called animal control, and when they found him, he was in pretty sad shape.
Oh.
Now he's happy though. He's in his
He is-
foster home.
He's been happy the whole time we've had him. He's blind in one eye. He's about 10 years old. He did have testicular cancer, which has been resolved, and he is now healthy and happy and
Aw.
has no idea what he just doesn't care that he's had such a rough time of it. He's the
You know,
happiest little guy.
I have a lot of love for Shih Tzus because I had one and he had very similar coloring for 17 and a half years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got, another
got
7 years in him
Yeah.
for someone to love him.
And lots of love
Yeah.
to give.
The little guys are just, they live longer. It's just,
He's
a
Mr.
fact.
Personality too. If it wasn't for his physical, like you can see that he's got an eye problem.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
You can see that he's an older dog, but if you were just meeting him and getting to know his personality, you'd think he was a puppy.
Yeah, no,
he's so silly.
they don't age like that.
No,
like
Yeah.
till
no.
almost the end, until
Yeah.
my Kimba, his name was Kimba.
Aw.
They used to be called, they're known as lion dogs.
Uh-huh.
So when you're as old as I am, there was a cartoon, Kimba the White Lion.
Ah.
So from my childhood, I named him Kimba. But until he was about 15, he didn't really show
Yeah.
They're
much.
tough little dogs.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They really are. So what do they think is the deal with his eye?
It's not dry eye. It's just kind of an old age. It could be a precursor to glaucoma, but
Okay.
we don't think that it's anywhere near that point now. He gets eye drops a couple times a week and
Okay.
does fine.
I love him too. So next
And he
we
likes
have-
he likes other dogs.
He lives with a
Okay.
dog, a
So-
cat, and a bunny, and they're all friends.
Yeah, he does well with everybody.
Aw, that's sweet. Next we have Hercules. Let's get Hercules up there. There we go.
We already talked about
Now he's got some skin problems.
it. To say the least. We picked up Hercules from Waterbury, and we were pretty unprepared for what we saw when he walked out. He was actively bleeding, dripping blood. She was covered in blood. I was covered in blood. His skin was falling off of him.
And mind you, this is not the fault of the animal control officer
No.
or anything.
No,
They-
it's the way he came in.
They picked him
really.
up this
and
way.
they
Yeah.
did absolutely the best they could to keep him
Yes.
comfortable until we could go
Absolutely.
get him.
They give him comfy blankies.
Look at
Yeah.
him.
And now we spent about an hour bathing him, literally picking his dead skin off of him. His feet are so sore that he has a hard time walking, but he is on the road to recovery. He's
Aw,
doing
that's
awesome.
Now that's another shot of.
Yeah, that's about 4 or 5 days in.
Yep.
None of the graphic photos really need to be.
No,
Yeah, no. we don't. But look at that face. I mean,
he's a sweetheart.
He is. And he's a baby. He's only about a year old. He's only like 42
40 pounds, yeah.
aw.
He's a little guy.
And you know what the sad part is? Somebody probably just let his skin condition
Oh,
go and
for
go and
sure.
go,
Yep.
and then didn't want to deal with it. And gotta love
Absolutely.
Waterbury and a lot of other places too. Just open the door and let
Yeah.
him out.
Yeah.
Figured somebody else will take him. Someone else will take care
Yep.
of him.
For his skin to be as bad as it would have had to be going on for at least 6 months, which is at least half of his life.
Yeah, which
So-
is, you got to figure he was miserable most of his life.
And
That's
especially
sad.
outside in the cold with no hair and your skin bleeding. I just
Yeah, it's
doesn't care.
unthinkable that people do stuff like that.
Meatball,
Meatball's really
Meatball wants
entertaining
my
us here.
microphone right now.
Come here, Meebo.
I know.
Okay, we'll go on to rolling right along.
We know.
We'll go on to Balu.
Yummy.
And that's a face
And a
that,
half.
you know,
He is stunning.
he is. I mean, he looks so cute. Was he like up on the desk there? Or?
Yes, begging for treats.
Oh, well, why not? So tell us what Balu's, and I hurt every time I see ears like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible. And those kind of look to me like they were a home job.
job,
too.
Yeah, the sad part is most of those type of jobs are.
Yeah.
It's somebody started messing up and, just kept going shorter and shorter
And
until.
his aren't even that bad compared to some of them you see that have absolutely nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's
Terrible.
people knock it off with that because, there's just no reason.
It's not
Meatball's
tough.
just as cute with floppy ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so's
Even
Mojo.
cuter.
So's Mojo. So's,
Yeah.
most of the pit bulls who don't get, disfigured like that. 'Cause
Yeah,
really,
that's what it is. It's disfigurement.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about Balu. Oh, I love his face. Too.
Balu is another Waterbury dog. He was urinating blood, and he's an older dog. He's about 9 years old.
Aw.
So it was kind of an urgent call, and we have him at our vet right now. He's been getting better. We've been really Meatball.
You
We've
folks
been-
can't see the
Okay.
fun we're having.
We've been
Dog
he's-
wrestling on the couch.
Yes.
He's got urinary crystals. We've got him on special food.
Aw.
He hasn't improved as much as we would like, so we did an X-ray on him the other day and discovered that his prostate is one of the biggest
Quite
the doctor
enlarged.
has ever seen.
Wow.
So he's going into surgery for his neuter. We were hoping to wait until he hit more of a healthy weight because he's about 20 pounds underweight.
Ooh.
But at this point, his prostate's so enlarged, we do need to go in and do his neuter sooner than later, and hopefully that will result
yeah.
in some
Some
but we won't
relief.
really know until he gets
poor
in
guy.
there. Meatball.
Oh yeah, this is dog wrestling on the couch. I'm sorry. I'm dying. I want to laugh so hard. Poor Kristy.
Meatball.
I don't know what he sees in that corner or what he wants in that corner of the couch, but he's all over Kristy. So he's an older guy now. He doesn't have bladder stones or anything. It's just the prostate and the crystals.
In the X-ray.
Yeah.
And it's
Meatball.
the prostate is really the biggest of the issues at this point. He certainly does need to gain weight. His skin is terrible. His teeth are terrible.
Aw.
He appears from the hair loss and the callousing on his tail and his legs. It appears that he was probably used as a breeder dog and kept in a very small concrete box for most of his life.
Aw,
But he's
poor
spoiled,
baby.
rotten, happy guy.
Yeah.
You are chomping in my face here.
Yep, you can probably hear the noises. You just
Yes,
can't see
I'm
the
sure.
visual, and we'll get back to him. But so Balu is not quite ready for adoption yet
No.
either.
He's not, but he does need a foster home to go to once he's had his surgery next week.
Okay, so we'll keep that in mind if anybody wants to foster Balu. Oh,
Preferably an experienced home.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a big dog. Even underweight, he's over
70 pounds. And he should gain about 20 pounds.
Yeah, he's a
holy
big
moly.
man.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't see his body here, but he's very strong.
Yeah,
Very
well,
strong.
they are, and it's true. If you're not experienced
Yeah.
in with a dog that has a mind of its own and the
Yes.
strength to exercise his will, you're in trouble. So we also have, in fairness to breeds, we have a kitty.
Yes.
Like I said on the phone, I'm going to get slammed someday for favoring dogs. And this is Pixie, and that is a fabulous picture. You don't see kitties behind bars too often, but that it said on your post on Facebook because I cadged all these pictures off of your wall. It said she was in the carrier at the vet.
Yeah, this is for her spay, and her foster mama actually got that picture, and she's stunning. She's a beautiful, beautiful cat.
She really is. I saw some other pictures of her too.
She's gorgeous.
She actually does not have a tail.
Okay.
So I think our vet thought that it was,
She was probably trauma.
Yeah,
Her tail
it just-
probably existed at one point.
yeah.
But it is no
Wow.
longer.
So
But she does just fine.
yeah,
It just
I
makes
mean,
her special.
exactly. I mean, I've seen some feral cats
Yeah.
that are inbred, and it's weird that they have these little stumpy
Nubby
tails,
stubs, yeah.
and it's wow, that's creepy.
Yeah.
But tell us some more about Pixie.
She is now about 7 months old. She had a hernia that we had repaired when we had her spayed. She lives with two other cats
Meatball.
who she gets along really well with. One of the cats doesn't really get along with her as well as she thinks.
Oh.
But,
Sometimes it's like that.
Yes.
but she's super social, loves people, anything for a treat.
There was a picture, and I almost took it to put up of her looking at candy cane.
I was going to say the candy cane picture.
That, I mean, if you've never seen
Her
a cat,
foster mom does an awesome job of capturing these moments. Of
Yeah.
her.
And we got a text message earlier that she helped herself to the cream stuffing of an oatmeal cookie today.
Oh, smart little thing,
She
huh?
is very food motivated little kitty.
Yeah, you don't usually find that in a cat.
No. Usually they're very aloof and kind of just hang out, but she's all about it.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, maybe she thinks she's a dog.
Could be.
You know,
Possible.
it's very possible. All right, so we'll take the camera back now. And yeah, we've got the big head tilt going on here with Meatball.
Sit down. You gotta sit. No, you're not getting it. No.
We're
Do your sit. Sit.
Can you sit like a good boy?
Yes. Sit. Nope.
Good.
High five.
Boy.
Yeah.
What
Good
a
boy.
ham.
You can come up now if you want.
Okay.
Come on up. Yes.
People must think like I'm beating Mojo because I would hold the hand of my treat and the treat in my hand,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, sit.
Yeah.
Like I'm making a fist at him. But it works. Like if you're outside, you don't have a treat.
Yeah.
You know, if you're, you know, you go like this.
It's the trick, yeah.
And people, you know, like I said, they must think like I'm abusing him or something or
This is-
threatening to kill him.
We've been doing the same with him to teach him gentle, because he doesn't realize that his mouth is bigger than my
Gigantic.
entire arm, you know?
Yeah.
So
But he is very
he
gentle.
is very gentle. If he realizes that he's bit off a little bit more than he needed to,
He releases.
released it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's a love affair there. I have the feeling someone already has another dog.
I wish.
How cute. All right, so anyway, what is your adoption policy? How would somebody go about adopting if they were interested in any of the ones we showed or any of the other ones that are available through you?
We require an adoption application, and then we'll check vet references, call a landlord if somebody rents a home. And then once we do that, we'll set up a meet and greet. If they haven't already met the animal, obviously, we'll set up the meet and greet, do an introduction to any other animals in the house, of course, on neutral territory. And then we will do a home visit and check out the home and see that it's a safe place for the animal to go. And then we require an adoption contract be signed. And
in the contract, what you take it back, you'll take the
Yes,
animal back.
absolutely.
There's no time limit. It could be
10 years from
hours,
now.
10 days, 10 years. And we also have some clauses that say that if it's a dog, there will not be any ear cropping, tail docking, debarking. If it's a cat,
No
it cannot
declawing.
be declawed.
indoor only.
Indoor only.
Good for you.
Of course, if we found a cat that was an outdoor cat and needed like a barn situation, that would be
Different
Be an
story.
exception.
special
Well, sure,
circumstance.
of
but
course.
That
We
has not yet
prefer-
happened, and
yeah.
we very strongly prefer indoor only.
Oh yeah, you know, the shelter that I used to be with, it was the same thing, you know. And it's funny because there were so many times, you know, you have a family in front of you and they've got kids,
Yeah.
and the kids will just blow it for the family
Yeah.
because they'll, you know, well, you know, we let the cat out and it never came back, and you know, but it's people aren't always going to be honest. So
Come on.
I admire the fact that you guys go the extra mile.
We do.
You know,
We check and check and check.
yeah, I mean, not a lot of people even do the home visits around here.
No.
That's
You know.
terrible.
And people do get upset with us and say, you know, why don't you adopt out of state and things like that. I mean, within a reasonable distance, you know,
Meatball.
we're open, but
Yeah, but there has to be a safety net.
we
If you're
have
gonna
to be able to get there. If something
Yes.
happens, we want to be able to get there.
Yeah, and a lot of people
So.
don't understand that, and it's critical.
Yeah.
So now, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
The best way to keep up to date on our animals is by following our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Project Precious Rescue, all is one word. And we can also get messages right through the Facebook page, or our email addresses, which are Project Precious Rescue and Project Precious Rescue 2
At Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Okay, and is that's the best way? No phone numbers. It's probably the best.
No,
Yeah,
we
we don't do
email.
phone
Our
numbers.
email goes right to our phone. Even when I'm at work, I check my emails. I am not technically able to call people, so email we get back to as fast as possible.
Right, and I noticed as you put on your Facebook page, you know, you have other lives separate and apart from you know, the rescue, which is
Yeah.
a big part of your life, but
we don't have much of another life.
yeah, you know. But you
Yeah.
know, expect that, you know, you're not like sitting there waiting for the email to come. So you know, there
Right.
might be a little
Give
lag.
us
Yes,
a little bit
yes.
of time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I do see people get like, you know, well, nobody got back to me. It was
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We're volunteers. We're not paid for any of this. This is
Yeah, you know, it's something that you take on as well as whatever other life you may be able to have for doing it. Look at him. He's like just over
He's
the
super
top.
happy.
And he's got a big goob of slobber on his jowl there.
and all over me.
Yeah. You've got crumbs all over you.
Yeah. Hair crumbs, you know,
It's all part of the
you know,
outfit.
it's
part of the job.
it's something that you expect, you know. And you've
So-
got something there.
Yes, we brought you a shirt to say thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you so much.
It
Look at
says,
that.
keep calm and rescue like a rock star. That's our motto, rescue like a rock star.
That's so cool.
Thank you for helping us get the word out about our
Yes.
Oh,
adoptable
that's for you.
babies.
Thank you so much for my shirt, and thank you for coming on. I'm so glad that you made it, and I'm so glad that
Meatball's
you
pretty
brought.
happy
Yeah,
about it, too.
Meatball's got an outing, and he's having a blast, and the whole bit. But thank you for bringing him, and thank you for doing what you do, because you know you need to have committed people who have a clear focus on what it's all about, and it's so obvious that you guys do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And you know, if there's anything I can ever do, if you ever want to come back, the door is always open.
Well, thank
We'd
you.
love to.
Meatball would love to.
You know, if you ever need any networking, just you know,
Great.
holler, because
you so
know
much.
it's what I do. It's my share of what I do, and you know,
That's it.
like I say, we can only do what we can do.
Yes.
And you know,
It
some
helps
people-
though. Networking,
Everything
you know,
helps.
gets animals
Networking
homes.
is a huge part of it.
Some people can foster, and you know, some people, you know, and I've done it all, but you know, I've kind of found my niche.
And you're
It-
very good at it. We're
it's-
happy you have it.
Well, thank you. And like I said, I'm delighted that you guys joined me this evening. Look at him.
He's chowing down.
Can you do
you wanna do your
like
trick again?
Yeah, can you do like another high five and like make it all worth it
You
here?
want to see the trick that made us decide to take him?
Yeah.
It's disgusting, I know. He's just so gentle.
See, the ferocious pit bull.
Yes, very scary he
Disgusting.
is.
Yes, well, you know, what's a little slobber and a dog treat?
Yum.
You're
Oh,
a better
thank you.
you're a better man than I am, because dog treats not on this mouth.
Oh.
Anyway, we're about to say goodnight, so do it with me, ladies. Peace, love, and dogs. Until next time, thank you very much again for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Little
Bye.
love. I
Bye,
got the
Meaty.
butt, I got the butt, I got the butt. And we're just waiting for everything to go dark, and it will in a minute. And we'll just all say goodnight in the meantime. Thanks for watching, and goodnight, Dawn. I know you're watching.